Saudi Arabia continues to expand its deadly bombardment of Yemen, with dozens killed in the latest airstrikes, including children. And that brings the civilian death toll now to well over 600 since the intervention began last month, and now with entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble. The bombing campaign against the Shia Houthi rebels has forced hundreds of thousands of civilians to flee their homes. And many foreign nationals remain trapped in the war zone, including up to 4,000 Americans, according to civil rights groups. And Washington says that due to security complications, it does not yet have any plan to rescue U.S. citizens, but we had a chance to speak to some of them.
And there's no electricity, we have no gas. They were bombing by the seaport in Aden, and I also heard that it's a long travel and, it's difficult for children or elderly people.
We keep hearing the roaring sounds of the aircraft, especially at night, gunfire during the day. We are stuck here. We heard about the Russian rescue mission, but I'm trapped in the middle of the country. I can't go to Sana'a.
And several human rights organizations have sued the U.S. government for failing to evacuate its citizens from Yemen. The American embassy in Sana'a has closed its doors, leaving people with nowhere to seek help. Several other countries, meanwhile, have carried out rescue missions, including Russia, which has been providing both air and sea support. Civilians were flown to Moscow on 2 planes with a quick stopover in Cairo. RT's Paula Sleer was on one of those flights talking to people, having them just been contracted out of the zone.
What do you think about the fact that the Americans are not sending their own planes to help evacuate American citizens like yourself?
We felt like we're left behind, no support. I called every embassy. I called the embassy in Riyadh, in Cairo, in Djibouti to help me and my family, but they always apologize and they said help is coming, but never came.
Why do you think the Americans made that decision?
People now in Yemen think that the Yemeni Americans are like second-class Americans.
This is Sana'a. Things are quiet on first impressions here at the airport, but on the other side of that wall, a humanitarian crisis is unfolding. Well, as you can see, this is the airport terminal. The bags are packed up behind me and everything is quite well organized here. People have already had their passports processed and everybody's already on the buses waiting to be taken to the planes.
It's so difficult. We can't understand what really happened.
What is the situation like in Yemen?
Too bad. Really too bad. Every day wire, boom, 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 boom in every place. You don't know you're gonna sleep, wake up, or you're gonna die.
There's just been an explosion that you can see behind me. It's coming from just behind the airport. It's now given a sense of urgency to people here. We are now on the return journey. 150 passengers on this plane, 150 on the other one. It's been a successful 10-hour operation so far. And while there's relief here, there's concern for friends and family left behind. Paula Sleer, RT, over Yemen.
The rescue effort has been complicated by broken transport links, which have caused critical shortages of food, water and fuel. Journalist Mohammed Al-Attab talked to Yemeni civilians about the growing humanitarian crisis.
أنا أول واحد متضرر من الأزمة هذه تمام. أولا قبل كل شيء متضرر على الأزمة هذه لأنه أنا بيت إيجار وسيارة معي إجرة لها 3 أيام هنا واقفة تمام.
يوم 4 أيام صرفنا الذي كان معنا دبة بترول ولم حصلنا حتى على نص دبة. فالمنطقة هذه ما نستطيع نعيش ما بيش بترول يعني دبة ولا دبتين بترول يشتغل باليوم الأول اليوم الثاني بعدين يقطع عليك البترول.
السيارة لها واقفة أسبوع يعني وإحنا شاقين على أسرة بالسيارة الجرة.
2 أخوة في مصر تم العلاج من أول ما بدأ القص لحد الآن محاربين ما قدرش يجوا لها هنا وقد
بيخلوها زحمة هكذا ما بدوش مواطنين الصبح يقولوا لك لا جينا الصبح يقولوا تعالوا العصر نجي العصر يقولوا جو الصبح.
Saudi Arabia and its allies have vowed to continue the bombing operation until the rebels are crushed and Yemen's exiled president back in power. So far, though, civilians are the only ones really bearing the brunt of the conflict. And we spoke to Tom Porteous from Human Rights Watch.
What is the obligation of those who are taking part in this conflict is that they should allow unimpeded access of humanitarian aid to those civilians who need it. Medical supplies, food, and so on. This is a conflict that has already created large numbers of displaced people and large numbers who are fleeing the country. The situation must be very bad in Yemen when people are fleeing from Yemen to Somalia, which is one of the, and has long been one of the most unstable countries in the world. For many years, Somalis fled for safety to Yemen. Now it's the other way around.